Hello my people. Today we're going to be doing a smoky brown look with some bronzer. It's really good for summer for us pale people who cannot tan. I do not get in the sun in any form or fashion without sunscreen on my face. I do not advise anyone else to do that. Even if you are of darker skin tone or deeper complexion, please do not get in the sun. It is so bad for you. I'm pushing 30 and I feel like I'm holding up pretty darn good for looking the way I do. The eye is good for any eye color, the shadow shade. It's all brownsy bronze, and I'm going to go over the colors that I'm going to use before I start. First of all, I'm using MAC paint in Bare Canvas. And I'm also using in the crease Indian Wood Paint Pot. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful brown, bronze, edible color. It's so, so pretty. And I've used this on a friend who has a deeper skin color, and it looks really good. I really like this color. The bronzer that I'm using is by Lancome. It is, I do believe, their lightest shade Star Bronzer, Bronze Solar. And this is only a gift when I went to Lancome and purchased one of their gifts that they have every so often. And I have had this for a long, long time. And the eyeshadow that I'm going to use is a mixture. And like I said, anything that I use can be duped in the 120 palette. I used, first of all, for the base, we're going to be using from Lancome again. This is called Sunset Quad. This is, yet again, another sample, just showing you how you can use up all of your samples. This would be really good for mid-tone skin colors all the way down to fair. I think if you have a deeper complexion, I would step it up a notch and use some deeper shades than this. I don't know if it would show up that well, but these all range from like a bronzy to a gold color. So yeah. Then we have Clinique. I used to be a makeup artist at Clinique, and that's why you're going to see a lot of Clinique products, just because when you work there, you get this stuff for gratis, and you just end up with a lot of it. So I do like Clinique. I like their foundations. I like their skincare a lot. I use the skincare line. But to each his own. Not everybody may like it. I do. This is the Spicy Quad, and we're going to be using the deeper shade in the crease. And this is close to Lucky Penny from Clinique. You could use Lucky Penny or this color. And for contour, I used, and this is another sample. I didn't realize how many samples I have. I haven't even used like full-size products hardly. This is Estee Lauder Double Wear. I love Double Wear. Double Wear stays on all day. Double Wear is not going to go anywhere. It's equal to MAC Studio Fix, and that's the powder that I use. I use it in NC15, so I'm pale. But this is Fresco. It's the next shade above the lightest shade. So this is what I use for contour. So yeah, let's get started. First of all, I've already done foundation, and I have contoured and used bronzer and all, but I'm going to go over that again just to show what I do. So you're going to do your skincare, you're going to do your foundation, and then you're going to do your contour and then bronzer. So I'm using a wedge brush. Like I said, I'm working on my brushes. These are double-ended brushes from Clinique. So you're just going to look where your cheekbone falls, and you're going to follow that from the temple down. and just make a small C shape. You're going to follow that down underneath the chin. Okay, so we've got our contour shade on. So we went around here, through the cheekbone, and underneath the chin. You can shade and shadow more stuff, but that's the basic I do. People can do their nose and all that. I don't do that. And Star Bronzer is what I'm fixing to use next from Lancome. And again, wiping off that brush that I just used, the angle brush, and I'm just going to take a dab of that. You can dab it, and then dab it, knock it off on the back of your hand, so you don't get too much, because you don't want to look dirty. You don't want to have just a splotch of it. You want it to blend. So we're going to go right where we put the contour shade, and we're going to blend outward. We're not really going to use a cheek color because I'm using the bronzer as my cheek color. I mean, it's just going to be bronzy, and like I said, go light and add to, because you can always add more, but taking away is so hard. The sun naturally hits me because I have freckles right through here. It always hits me across my cheek, down my nose, chin area. You're just wanting to graduate this in and blend it in to where it doesn't look unnatural. You want to get up in that hairline and up at your ear, especially if you're wearing your hair back. You want no demarcation line. And then, like, right now I'm wearing a top that shows more of my chest, and honestly, you can just take a fluff brush. This is another Clinique powder brush that I have, and just swipe over it. No fluff. And get your neck. Just swoop it on. Just a light sweep of it. Okay? I think that looks really good. Okay, so first of all, we're always going to start out with a paint pot or some sort of base, because if you want your eyeshadow to stick and stay all day long, you're going to have to wear something like this so it doesn't crease, it doesn't slide, it doesn't melt, especially if you're doing this bronze look and you're going to be outside during the day. You don't want your eyeshadow to be here. We're going to take Indian Wood Paint Pot from MAC. We're going to put that in the crease. The reason I'm using a darker base in the corner is because it's going to pick up these deeper shades better than the regular bare canvas. It's going to make the colors pop a little bit better. I think you can see that I've got that in the crease. Lancome double-ended. This is just like a rounded edge, and this is more of a wedge shape. But right now, for the all-over color, we're going to use this tip. You can see that. Yeah. Then I have loaded my brush up with the lightest shade from the Lancome